Hey now! What is up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and I am trying to watch just some 2017 movies that I was curious about and I wanted to check out. This was definitely one of them. Colossal! I just got done watching Colossal. It was written and directed by Nacho Vigalondo. And the plot. How the hell do I explain this plot? Well, we have Anne Hathaway who plays Gloria, and she's this raging alcoholic. I mean, she gets drunk all the time. She's a mess. Her boyfriend, played by Dan Stevens, is sick of it. He kicks her out of his apartment. She goes all the way back home, and she's trying to get her life together, but she ends up working at a bar. Probably not the smartest move for Jason Sudeikis, who's somebody that she was childhood friends with. And while all that's going on, we see that this big monster, this creature, has arrived in Tokyo, and it's causing mayhem and destruction. And somehow, some way, it's connected to Anne Hathaway. There's a link between the two. Now, what I thought of Colossal was, you know what? I actually enjoyed this movie. I did, and it's weird, it's surprising, because in one sense, you could say that this movie is just the weirdest thing ever. A movie that you've never really seen before. It goes through all these different tones and all these different directions and twists in the plot. Like, this movie is well written. You have Anne Hathaway, who I think is amazing in this movie, one of her better performances, where she is this person who's going down a bad place in her life. And Dan Stevens, who just happens to be in almost every movie, especially this past year. But she is broken, especially after he breaks up with her and kicks her out. So when she goes home and she's living in her old parents' house and she doesn't have any furniture or anything, you see her looking like again, she's supposed to be here to get herself better, but she continues to drink. When she starts working at the bar, what does she do? She keeps drinking, and she keeps falling asleep at like a park bench or in all these places, and then she wakes up not remembering the last few hours, not remembering conversations she's had with people, not remembering things that she's done. And it's sad. It's sad to watch her go down that path. And Jason Sudeikis is a guy who's helping her out and probably feels bad for her and think he might have a thing for her. And you like him at first. You really do. But then his character goes through a huge change. Like, he all of a sudden goes something wrong with him. Like, something happens with him. And it's a big change. It's a big shift. I thought he was great as far as acting goes. Like, he delivered it well. He became scary at times. But it was like, whoa, what just happened here? There was so many scenes that were uncomfortable. Like, not only him interacting with Anne Hathaway, but him interacting with his own friends. And just like, you're like, wow, this is terrible. But the monster stuff, let's talk about the monster stuff, because you might be wondering, how can this movie be focusing on her being an alcoholic, on Jason Sudeikis and his issues, on volatile human relationships, when there's a big giant monster? Sure, the monster is all the way across the other side of the world, and you see constantly on the news that it's going around and causing destruction, messing up buildings and killing people. But when you see how it's connected to Anne Hathaway, it's fascinating. You go like, wow, I literally have never seen this before. You get so curious about where it's going, what's going to happen. And look, I'm not saying this is a perfect movie. I'm not saying that there weren't moments where I was like, what? I'm not going to fully try to break it down. I mean, I have my theories. I'm sure other people have their theories. I'm sure the director can tell me what he was going for, and I'll still say, no, this is what I think it is. Even with that, though, I appreciate that he was going for something different, that he took not only a story about a character who's going down a dark path and trying to come out of it. You've seen movies like that before. And then he took a movie that was a big, giant monster, sort of big budgeted movie, even though he doesn't have a big budget, but he still was presenting that like a Pacific Rim type film. And then he merged the two. But I appreciate that he went for it. I appreciated that this was something completely different, that I was invested. I did care about what happened to these characters and what was going to happen with the situation. This is a fascinating film. It is. I think I'm going to appreciate this probably more than other people do. I think it's going to be a movie that I continue to think about after. So guys, let me know in the comments below if you too saw Colossal. What did you think of it? Did you like it or did you not care for it? Is it too weird for you? I understand. Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!